Argentina is in lockdown until March 31. People can only leave the house to buy basic goods like food and medicine. President Alberto Fernandez made the announcement the priority now is stopping the coronavirus from spreading.
All right, today is Friday, March 20th, 2020, and it is day one of our mandatory quarantine here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Last night, President Alberto Fernandez got on TV around 9 p.m. and he announced that the quarantine is starting at midnight for a duration of 11 full days. And it's gonna last 11 days, which is short of the 14 days, but it is strategically planned in order to affect the economy as little as possible. So we were actually headed into a 4-day weekend. So they have moved around the national holidays. I guess that's allowed. So that only 5 working days are actually affected during this 11-day quarantine. We are allowed to leave the house to go to the store, but if you are caught outside doing something that's not going to the store and you are not a healthcare worker, then you are going to be fined. Currently in Argentina, there are only 128 cases and about 5 deaths. So that's not even in the top 50 countries affected by the coronavirus so far. Personally, I haven't heard of anyone objectifying to this quarantine. We were already, self-isolating. This way, it's a good preventative measure. I am happy to be here during all of this. But throughout these 11 days, I thought that it would be fun and something to occupy my time to make a vlog about how these next few days will go, how I stay occupied, and to track the progress about if these mandatory quarantines are helping. We have 128 cases right now, and we'll see how that number grows during the quarantine and following the quarantine. And for day one, my goal is to clean up the whole house. I've gone through Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and saved movies and shows that I'm interested in. I don't know, putting together some other ideas for us if we get bored, when we get bored. Our apartment is pretty small, but it's cozy. So, I think that this could help or break some relationships. So far, day one is going great. All right, so I've never showed you guys my apartment. Here to the right, we have the kitchen. Up here, I wrote down things that we can make. This way, we kind of have everything ready. I feel like I should actually be doing this more on a regular basis, meal planning for a week. Here we have our March calendar. Up here we have our schedule, Rito's university schedule, which has been postponed till mid-April. My friend Luis was supposed to arrive, that's canceled. St. Patrick's Day, canceled. My friend Joanna and I were supposed to go to Paraguay, canceled. Lollapalooza, canceled. Here to the left, we have the bathroom, vanity, toilet shower. We're stocked up on, a good amount of toilet paper that'll last us a good bit. Here, we have our living room. And here is a little Mo, pet fish. Here we have our dining room, workspace. Here we have our master bedroom. If we look out here, and here we have the street outlooking Palermo.
No.
They're not open. Okay, we stepped out of our day 2 quarantine to buy a few necessities, like beer and wine. I didn't go in because it was a 5-person maximum, so if I went in, then that would take away from another person. How did you find the stock of food inside the store?
It was everything but by half.
Everything but by half. So everything was still there. Everything was still available. Good morning. Today is day 3. Today is... What's today? Gosh, it's really hard to keep track of the days when you're just trying to pass the time. You know what I mean? Day 2, we watched a lot of Suits. Now we're making breakfast at around noon. More of a brunch. Today we're making pancakes. Since the quarantine started 2 days ago, we have 67 new confirmed cases, a few of which are here in the city. People are talking a lot about slowing the curve, so our new number is 220. So we're gonna cook pancakes and see where today takes us. Whoops. our mandatory quarantine. Today is Monday, March 23rd. Day 4 included a lot of laziness and unproductivity. Alright, today we made arepas for breakfast. I finished a vlog. Go check it out. I think that's it. So we are currently at 266 confirmed cases, which I think is as you would suspect it. People are staying at home and realizing they have symptoms and taking the appropriate actions. One of them has been proven to be communally contracted. So essentially the other cases they have traced back to people who have either traveled or have been with someone who traveled. But this one, they have found no connection except for just having been spread through the community. Since the quarantine has started, they have arrested about 600 people just within here, the city of Buenos Aires. So I think they're really trying to instill some fear in people and proving that they're serious about people staying indoors. There are cops on every other corner. We have 7 more days left, and that's a wrap. It's day 5 of mandatory quarantine, and we have stepped out of the house. So we finally went to a Chino that was open, although they had no butter and no bread, but we're still good on food. We got more wine and beer, so we're good. Okay, today is the end of quarantine day 5. Today's count on confirmed cases is 387. It's about 120 more than yesterday. I guess this isn't surprising, but I am hoping that our quarantine is helping, so we'll see. Today is day 6 of quarantine. I have finally decided to do some physical activity. So I'm running up and down the stairs of my apartment building, which has 7 flights, and this is the rooftop. So I've just done 1 so far. Here is the city of Palermo, Buenos Aires. So far we have 300 cases. We'll see how that goes up today, and I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, so we're in day 6 of quarantine and we're doing a blind wine tasting. So we bought 5 different wines and I wrote their information on a piece of paper and I put them under the cup. And then Carlos here mixed it all up, and there's no goal here. We're just gonna see which one we enjoy the most without knowing the price. And also one of these wines is Rito's favorite wine. So we'll see if he actually does pick that wine. So we've tasted all of the wines. They're all Malbecs. There's really a very minimal difference. So we came up with 2 different rankings, but we both picked the same favorite wine. Good news!
Good job with me, I know wine. I know what I like.
Rito picked his favorite wine as his favorite. Yay! Good job. Today is day 7 of quarantine. We went to the big supermarket because we have a leaky sink. So obviously the only place to buy household supplies to fix things is a bigger supermarket like Walmart. Rito and I left the house together and I'm coming back alone. We were waiting in line. Police officer asked Rito if he lives close and he said yes, so he sent him home. Supermarket wasn't that bad. They only let in a certain amount of people at a time, so you grab what you need, check out. Really smooth process. We are currently at 502 confirmed cases, so it's spiked a lot in the past 2 days, about 130, and we started with 130 in day 1. So they are actually talking about extending the quarantine an additional 12 days. All right, today is day 8 of quarantine. We are at 589 confirmed cases. 12 people have died, and they say that 6,000 people have been arrested. So they're definitely keeping tabs on you staying at home.
This one? Oh no.
It was a goose one? Wow.
My mom's one. Interesting.
Today is day 9 of quarantine. It is Saturday. We are currently at 690 confirmed cases and also at 18 deaths. So that number has gone up drastically in both cases and deaths. They are going to announce if the quarantine is extended, which it will be, so they'll tell us for how much longer. We'll find out tomorrow. Pop it out. Okay, welcome to day 10. The current confirmed cases is at 745, so it's another about 100. Today, the president is going to announce by how long the quarantine will be extended. Today, though, we are making pierogies. I made my dough, made my filling, accompanied by Venezuelan rum. We've also made a fork. Here they are with the dough and the potatoes. Here they are pinched. Here they are boiling. Today is day 11 of our mandatory quarantine. Last night, President Fernandez announced that the quarantine will be extending through Semana Santa, so basically until the end of Easter. So now we have an additional 13. Our count now is at 700, which is consistent, it's not exponential. So I actually have a lot of confidence in the way things are going here. We decided to keep our board up another night because why not? Today is day 12 or it's day 13, I don't know. Today's April 1st, so technically this is now part 2 of our mandatory quarantine.